in the heart of a rain-soaked rainforest, where bright parrots flashed like lanterns and sleepy tapirs padded through the ferny mist, a group of hunters came with steel cages and loud boots. They were taking the animals away to a famous zoo, and the forest grew hushed with fear. Among the captives were Meeko the monkey, who was cheeky but brave, Tala the toucan, who noticed everything, and Grumble the young jaguar, who tried to look fierce even when his whiskers trembled. In the cage beside them sat Suri the slow-footed sloth, who blinked calmly and whispered that even the longest journey had a path through it. The cages were loaded onto a wobbly truck and rolled out of the green world into the mountains. The road climbed higher and higher, bending like a snake. Rain began to fall in thin silver strings, and the wheels slipped on the mud. Once, the truck lurched so sharply that a cage door knocked open by a crack. Meeko squeezed through the gap and snapped the rope with his tiny teeth, but then a hunter shouted and the truck rocked again. Tala dropped a feather onto the dashboard, and the shiny thing made the driver blink at just the wrong moment. By late afternoon, the journey grew worse. The road narrowed above a deep valley, with a river far below shining like a ribbon of glass. The hunter gripped the steering wheel tightly, for one side was a cliff and the other side was a wall of wet rock. Ahead, a fallen tree blocked the path. The truck stopped with a groan, and everyone inside held their breath. That was when Grumble, who had been pretending to be grumpy all along, gave a mighty roar. The sound bounced across the valley like thunder. Startled monkeys in the wild trees answered with chatter, and a whole fluttering storm of birds burst from the branches. The hunter ducked, and in the confusion, Suri slowly reached the loose latch with one careful paw and clicked it open. All the cages sprang wide. One by one, the animals leapt into the mountain mist. Meeko swung to a branch, Tala flew to a pine crown, and Grumble vanished into the ferns with a silent, stripy glide. Suri, who had taken the longest time of all, smiled as she crossed the tree roots and said that being slow was sometimes the cleverest speed. The hunters were left with empty cages, muddy boots, and a story they did not like to tell. The rainforest animals hurried home along hidden paths beside the river, and when they reached the safety of the trees, the whole forest seemed to sigh with relief. That night, the frogs sang louder than ever. The leaves shone after the rain, and the jungle remembered that courage can travel in the smallest paws and the quietest hands.